Good evening. Within the last hour, Wolverhampton Wanderers have been relegated from the Premier League. Dropping out of the top flight could end up costing the club millions of pounds. They played Manchester City this afternoon, knowing they had to win to have any chance of avoiding relegation. They lost 2-0. Our sports correspondent Steve Clamp has the details.
Still proud, still singing, but Wolves fans had witnessed these goals from Sergio Aguero and then in the second half, Sami Nasri, strikes that cost Wolves the win and in the long term could cost the club millions. But this result was just one of a season where they'd already lost 21. Mick McCarthy had been in charge for the bulk of that time. He was also the man who led Wolves to the Premier League and kept them there for 2 consecutive years. But in February, he was sacked. Wolves' efforts to attract an experienced replacement ultimately failed. Alan Kirbishley and Steve Bruce among those approached. In the end, they settled for McCarthy's number 2, Terry Connor. Fans have been, well, they've said they're embarrassed this week about the handling of the situation. What do you say to them?
I have nothing to be embarrassed about. This club has nothing to be embarrassed about. In fact, this club has got everything to be proud of.
Following Connor's appointment, Wolves went on their worst run of the season. Even before today, they only managed 2 draws either side of 7 straight defeats. The club must now decide, do they back Connor and allow him to shape a new-look team? Or do they go back to the drawing board and try to sign one of the big-name managers they failed to attract first time round? Whoever it is, they'll be in charge of a championship and not a Premier League side.
Well, Steve joins me now. So Wolves are relegated, but what's the financial impact?
Well, you can't put an exact figure on it, but I've had a look at some of the statements from clubs who were relegated in recent years, and you're certainly talking millions, probably tens of millions of pounds. If they come straight back up, there will be some softening of the blow because they do get what's called a parachute payment, and that gives them a bit of a windfall of money in that first year down.
And what about Coventry? Because, of course, they were relegated yesterday.
Yes, they went down into the 3rd tier of English football for the first time since the 1960s. In a statement, the club said, "We will be driven to ensure we have a stable, fit-for-purpose platform so we have the best chance of an immediate return to the Championship." You can read more of that statement at ITV.com/Central.
Thanks, Steve.